All right. Yoga is not a linear progression. Like anything in life, progress is kind of like, it doesn't progress in a linear fashion. It can't. I sometimes like the idea that yoga is like a spiral. You spiritually evolve like a spiral, because you kind of go in this like circular fashion, and you hit points where you come around to a certain point and it feels almost similar to how you were a year ago or 2 years ago or last week, because you're kind of doing these loops and you're revisiting kind of these similar ways of being, but you're still continuing to evolve past that. You're just looping back around to meet that same point. So the best thing we can do with our yoga practice is be open to the process. Allow ourselves to be open to the process and acknowledge that progression in our spiritual practice will not be linear. I mean, if it was linear, I think most of us would be enlightened by now. Like, it would just be so much easier. It'd be like X, Y equals Z, and then we would just all figure it out. And so the beauty of the practice of yoga is that it's not linear, and that we have to allow ourselves to be open to the process. That being said, yoga is a very goal-orientated practice. The intention of the whole practice is to find freedom or enlightenment or liberation, however you want to call it, bliss, or merging with the divine. So it is a very goal-orientated practice, yet its progression is not linear, and it is intricate and complex. So we have to allow ourselves to be open to the process that can be a bit intricate and complex some days, and not always feel like we're progressing linearly. And so it's really important in this practice to have the capacity to calm our minds down, because often our minds operate more in this linear fashion, generally, depending what hemisphere of the brain you're using. But we want to see this linear progression mentally. So if we can have the capacity in our yoga practice to calm our mind, and then have the mental fortitude to be open to the process, then we know that we'll always be pulled by our heart and our soul. I'm open to the process. I acknowledge that it doesn't progress linearly. And if I can keep working on calming my mind, then I will always, on some conscious or subconscious level, be pulled by what my heart or my soul truly desires. So for today's class, can you acknowledge that progression in yoga and any spiritual practice is not linear? Can you allow yourself to be open to the process and acknowledge that that involves calming your mind, because the mind wants a linear progression. And once the mind's calm, then we can more easily listen to the pullings of our heart or our soul and what it's yearning for. And allow that to guide us through the chaos or the complexity or the intricacy of what it is to do a yoga practice. All right, we'll get started on our mat. You can come to a comfortable seat. And once you get to your mat, please close your eyes. And once your eyes are closed, please take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And as you sit here, maybe can you say to yourself in your own mind, I am open to this process. It's okay to not know how exactly you're going to get somewhere. You might have a faint idea of what it is you want at the end of all of this. And classically in yoga, it's enlightenment, it's liberation. But being open to the process of getting there is very important. Acknowledging that there's multiple paths, not just one. And so the best thing we can do is calm our mind down so that we can be guided by our heart, guided by our soul. So we'll stay here for roughly a couple more minutes. See if you can really dedicate this time to calming your mind, focusing your mind on your breathing, allowing the mind to settle by focusing it on your inhale and your exhale. Please bring your hands together in front of your chest, palms touching. May the practice of yoga remind us that progress is not always linear. And can this practice of yoga teach us how to be open to the process? And blink your eyes open. We'll start standing today. So stand all the way up. Take your feet so they're hip distance wide. And bring your hands together at your chest, palms touching. Gaze straight forward. Have your skull right on top of your spine. Your shoulders more or less right above the pelvis. Just put a very gentle bend through the knees. Can you lift the inner arches of the feet? Press all 10 toes down gently, just so there's a certain amount of aliveness in your whole body, consciousness in your feet, in your knees, in the placement of your pelvis, your shoulders, your head. Take a deep inhale. Full exhale. Release the hands down and inhale, spread your arms wide, reach them all the way up like you're drawing a big circle. Exhale, take your time, spread the arms wide and slowly fold over your legs. Take your time. No rush, nice and slow. Inhale. Lengthen up halfway. For some of you, that will be your fingertips. For some of you, it's hands on the shins. Center of the chest elongates forward, so the spine comes into a little bit more of extension. Exhale, fold over your legs, let your head release and totally drop. Deep inhale, reach both hands all the way up towards the sky, full inhale. Look up, stretch up, press the feet down. Exhale, spread the arms wide and bring them back to your heart. Stay standing. It's one cycle. Inhale, spread the arms wide like you're drawing a circle. Exhale, spread the hands wide. You're continuing to draw that circle as you hinge at the hips and fold over your legs. Inhale, elongate the spine. Center the chest forward. Exhale, fold and release all the way down to the ground. Elongate through the spine. Inhale, spread the arms wide. Come all the way up. Exhale, spread your arms wide. Look straight forward, chin neutral. Then bring the hands all the way towards your chest. Okay, moving on from here. Inhale, spread the arms wide. Notice if you have a tendency to rush, can you keep it slow and steady? Exhale, spread the arms wide. Hinge at the hips. Slowly fold. Inhale, take your time to elongate the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, chest forward. And then exhale, hands to the ground. Step your right foot back to a big lunge. Bend into your left knee. So your left knee is more or less right above your left ankle. Press your right thigh actively up towards the sky. Elongate the center of the chest forward. Take a steady breath in. Steady breath out. Can we allow this practice to calm our mind? And when the mind is more calm, we can be more pulled by our heart or soul's longing. So focus your eyes on one place, one point, and breathe. And one more deep inhale. Full exhale. And spin your back heel flat. Warrior two pose. Line your feet up heel to heel. Come all the way up. Spread your arms wide. Allow yourself to go low in your legs. Look just off the tip of your left middle finger. Can you take a smooth, steady breath in? Slow, steady breath out. And can you invite that calmness of mind by giving it something to do, focusing your mind, your eyes, just off the tip of your left middle finger. Once the eyes are steady, focusing the mind on the quality of your breath. 3 more breaths. 2. 1 last deep breath in and out. Keep the bend in your front knee, reach back, reversed warrior two. Take a full breath in, steady breath out. Can you bend a bit more into your front knee, stretch back a little more through the left hand. Exhale, cartwheel your hands all the way down towards the ground. Step back, plank pose. Take a full breath in and plank. Steady breath out. Can you get the back of your head up so it's level with your spine? And then can you stick your butt up a little bit? So just lift your butt a little higher than you would normally. Try to keep your legs that lifted so your thighs are pressing up nice and strongly. Now just tuck your tail back a little more towards your heels so your butt is less perky. Your pelvis is more in a posterior tilt so that your rectus abdominis, your front abs, have to work more. And then try to elongate the center of your chest a little more forward. Try to stay with it. Keep pressing strongly through the inner hands. Claw the fingertips. Can you be okay with going a little more slow? Can you be open to the process today? The process today is a little slow and steady. It's holding the plank pose. Building the sweat from the plank pose. Building the strength from the plank pose. Building the concentration from the plank pose. 3 more breaths. Keep pushing the ground away. Try not to collapse into the shoulder girdle. Push your hands into the floor. At the same time, try not to round through the upper back. Elongate your chest forward. Keep lengthening the tailbone back, but keep pressing your thighs up. Take 1 more breath in. Downward facing dog pose, full exhale. Lift your heels high off the ground, like you're wearing stilettos. Put a little bit of a bend in your knees. Drive the tops of your thighs up so your butt gets super perky. And then slowly lower the heels of your feet back down to the ground. Downward dog pose. Push the inner hands firmly into the floor. Roll the outer shoulders back. Keep your skull right between your arms. Three more breaths. Can you calm the mind by focusing it on one point? And breathing deeply. Like if you're feeling super chaotic in your brain today, focus on deeper breaths. Okay, 1 more deep inhale. Full exhale. Your right leg lifts up to the sky. Inhale, keep both hips facing down. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Come onto your fingertips and inhale, elongate the spine forward. Press that left thigh up. Bend into your right knee. Chest elongates forward, shoulders drop down the back. Take a steady breath in. Steady breath out. Keep pressing that back thigh up, 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 up. And spin your back heel flat. Warrior 2 pose. Come all the way up, full inhale. Bend into your front knee. Square your chest to the left. Look just off the tip of your right middle finger. Can you let your eyes, boom, land on one point? All your attention goes there. Can you go a little lower in your legs? Get a little taller through the torso. Keep looking just off the tip of your right middle finger. Take 1 more full inhale. Complete exhale. And reverse warrior 2, reach all the way back. Full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Bend a little deeper into your front knee. 1 more full breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands all the way down towards the ground. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Elongate the spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, both hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands spread wide, and then they come to the heart. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, slowly fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step left foot back. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale, reversed warrior two. Reach all the way back. Big breath in. Exhale, hands all the way down towards the ground. Step back, plank pose. Take a full breath in and plank. Downward dog pose. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step left foot forward. Inhale, chest forward, elongate your spine. Exhale, spin the back heel flat. Reverse warrior two. Inhale, reach all the way back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands all the way to the ground. Step forward, forward, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come up to the sky, full breath in. Exhale, hands to the heart. And Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step or jump, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra pose, lift your thighs. Downward facing dog pose, full exhale. Push your hands firmly into the ground. Send that butt back and up. Drive the tops of your thighs back and up. Slow breath in. Steady breath out. Really let yourself pay attention to your breathing. The more you can keep looking at your breath with a fresh perspective, the more engaged you'll be with your breathing, the more focused your mind will be. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale all your air. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Inhale, elongate the spine. Fold forward, exhale, release your head. Inhale, both hands all the way up towards the sky, reach top. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time. Inhale, reach up with all of your attentiveness. Exhale, fold over your legs all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Step or jump, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady breath in. Steady breath out. 4 more breaths. You can keep your eyes steady, your breath deep. Lifting the inner arches of the feet, pressing all 10 toes into the ground, pushing your hands forward and down into the floor. Turn your left foot out about 45 degrees. Step your right foot forward. Come onto your fingertips. Bend into your right knee. Elongate the center of your chest forward. Good, and then reach both hands back beside your hips. And lift your torso up just to the angle that that matches your back thigh. So your back leg and your torso are all in the same diagonal line. Put your left hand on your front low ribs and pull your front low ribs in. Put your right hand on your left butt and try to lengthen the left butt flesh back towards the heel, and at the same time engage your left glute a little. And then turn your inner left thigh up towards the sky so that your left hip turns down a little bit. Keep the bend in your front knee. Stay this low. Inhale, reach both arms overhead. Biceps level with your ears. Steady breath in. Steady breath out. So it's not a full warrior one. You're like, you're still on that diagonal line. Your chest and your torso is a little bit lower. So it's gonna work your front leg, your front glutes, your front hamstrings and quads more. Get those arms up level with your ears. Try to stay with it. Push down through that back foot. Steady breath into your body. Steady breath out. Now keep your front low ribs pulled in. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Full Virabhadrasana 1. Keep the bend in the front knee. If you know Virabhadrasana 1 just doesn't quite work for you, feel free to do Warrior 1.5 or lift your back heel. Go lower in the legs. Stretch the arms up. Maybe bring the palms to touch. Look up towards your thumbs. Try to keep the back of your neck long. The hands can be a little more in front of you. Take 3 more breaths. Stay low in the legs. Reach up through your arms. Embrace the power of Warrior 1. 2 more breaths. And 1 last deep inhale. Exhale, hands come all the way down towards the ground. Step your right foot back about 2 feet. Plant your palms flat on the ground. Bend your right knee a whole lot so you feel your belly come onto your right thigh. Come onto your right tippy toes, lift your right heel. Shift your shoulders so they're over your wrists and lift your left leg up to the sky. Keep both hips facing down. Option 1, just stay here. Just stay here. Try to get that leg up. Or kick up handstand. 5 hops or 5 more breaths. Stay with it. You can do it. 4 more breaths. Keep lifting that left leg up. 3, can you get your left leg higher but keep both hips facing down? If you're in handstand, try to hold. 2 more breaths. And 1 last deep inhale. Step your left foot forward and your right foot steps all the way back and come into a big runner's lunge. Drop your back knee towards the ground. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, reach both hands up. Take a full breath in. And exhale, hands come down towards the ground. Step back, downward facing dog pose. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, slowly chaturanga, go with control, lower halfway with control. Upward dog or cobra, pull the chest forward and through. Downward facing dog pose. Good job. Come to downward dog. Pivot your right foot out, 45 degrees-ish or 30 degrees-ish. Step your left foot forward. Come onto your fingertips. Bend into your left knee. Left knee is right above the left ankle. Elongate the center of your chest a little more forward. Reach both hands back beside your hips. Now lift your torso up so it's on the same diagonal line as your back thigh. Keep bending into your left knee. Let's work the legs. Warrior poses are called warrior poses for a reason. To work those legs. Fierce, Xena, warrior legs. Bend into your front knee. Take your right hand to your front low ribs. Pull them into the spine. Give yourself that tactile experience of containing through the front core line. Place your left hand on your right butt. Try to lengthen the butt flesh down towards the right heel. Squeeze your right butt a little so it's a bit perky, but turn your right hip forward and down slightly. Lift the inner arches of both feet. Reach both hands back. Keep your chest broad. Now stay this low. Keep that same diagonal line of energy. Reach both arms overhead. Yes. Work those legs. Try to keep the bend in your front knee. Front low ribs pulling in. Push down through the back foot as much as you're pressing through the front foot. 3 more breaths. Lift those arms up, but keep the torso low. 2. Hug the outer left hip in. 1 last breath. And inhale, come all the way up. Warrior 1, keep the bend in your front knee. Bring your hands slightly in front of you. Palms come to touch. Stretch the arms up. Look up towards your thumbs with your eyeballs, but try to keep the back of your neck long. Go a little lower in the legs. 3 more breaths. 2. 1 last breath in. Exhale, hands come all the way down to the ground. Plant your palms. Step your left foot about 2 feet back so it's more in the middle of your mat. Bend your left knee deeply so your belly comes towards your left thigh. Lift your left heel up. Come onto your tippy toes. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Lift your right leg up. Keep both hips facing down. Lift that right leg up. Stay here for 5 breaths or kick up handstand. 4 more breaths. 3, push the floor away. 2, get that right leg up, 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 up. 1 last breath. Step your right foot forward. Step your left foot back. Drop your left knee down towards the ground. Inhale, reach both hands up. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands come down towards the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Slowly lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady breath in. Steady breath out. 2 more breaths. One last deep breath. And then take your knees down towards the ground. Come onto your elbows and forearms and interlace your hands together. Hands are interlaced. So we're doing a dolphin pose with the hands together. Hands can be interlaced, or you can do a prayer position if you'd prefer. And we're going to take forearm stand with this bind of the hands today. So the hands will be together in our forearm stand. So it's a bit of a variation. It's kind of like a headstand position, but your head will be off the ground because you're in a forearm stand. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the ground, dolphin pose. If you're not going upside down today, then just stay here in dolphin. Otherwise, walk your feet a little closer. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Keep both hips facing down. Look up between your forearms. Keep your head off the ground and kick up. It can be a little bit trickier to balance upside down if you're not used to it. So in order to get used to it, you just have to try it out. Try it on like a new pair of clothes. Take 3 more breaths with your right leg up if it's up. 2 more breaths. Drive the elbows and forearms down. Head stays off the ground. 1 last breath. Good, and then slowly come down. Come to a kneeling position. Close your eyes. Take 3 breaths. Blink your eyes open. One more time. Interlace your hands together or do a prayer. Try not to do Pinchamayurasana. Try to stay with this variation. Do something that might challenge you a little bit or you feel a little less comfortable with. Hands together, elbows shoulder distance wide. Dolphin pose, lift your knees off the ground. Stay here. You can stay here or lift your left leg up or kick up. See if you can get both legs up. And if you're really comfortable, you look back through your biceps. 3 more breaths. 2. Okay, 1 last deep breath in. Both feet come down to the ground. Well done. Come onto your hands and knees. Come right into downward dog pose. Take a steady breath in downward dog. And a steady breath out. Okay, 1 more deep inhale. Exhale all your air. Bend your knees. Look forward. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Inhale, reach both hands all the way up towards the sky. Reach tall. Exhale, hands towards the chest. And hands to your hips. Bend both of your knees. Step your right foot about 4 feet back. Turn all 10 toes to face the right. Inhale, elongate through the torso and spine. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold forward. Take your middle and index finger around your big toes. If you're really flexible here, I recommend taking your feet closer together so there's more space for you to elongate your spine as you fold forward. Inhale, elongate your chest forward. Exhale, bend your elbows and fold forward. Can you try to let your head release down? Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Focus your eyes on one point. Take 5 more breaths. 4. 3. 2. Okay, 1 last deep inhale. Full exhale. And inhale, elongate your spine, chest forward. Exhale, turn towards your right foot. Drop your left knee to the ground. So you're facing the back of your mat. Change of perspective. Be open to the process. Okay, inhale, reach both hands up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to your chest. And then you're going to twist. Nothing crazy. Left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Twist. Palms can stay together, or you can take your left hand down to the ground on the outside of your right foot. Lift your back knee up off the ground. An option to reach the right arm up and then maybe overhead. 5 breaths. 4. Focus on your breathing. 3, keep pressing that back thigh up, up, up. 2. Okay, 1 last full inhale. Complete exhale. Right. Both hands come to the ground. Nothing too fancy, just walk your hands to the left, pivot to face your left foot. So now you're facing forward again. Drop your back knee. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, hands to chest. Lean forward. And then please twist to the left. Palms come together. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the ground. Option to take your right hand to the floor on the outside of your left foot. And then reach your left hand up and overhead. Hold for 5. Keep pressing your back thigh up. Keep bending into your front knee. 4. Turn your chest to the left. 3. Just 2 more breaths. 1 last breath in and out. And inhale. Windmill your arms all the way up to Prasarita. So turn towards the right, straighten both legs. And hands to your hips. And turn towards the front of your mat. Step forward. Leve. Here we go. Left hand on the left hip. Lift your right knee up. Give your right knee a nice big squeezing. Option to stay here, or right peace fingers around the right big toe. Inhale, lengthen the right leg forward. Hold for 5. Can keep your breath steady. 4. Keep the left leg straight. 3. 2. 1. Open your right leg to the right. Maybe look over your left shoulder for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring the leg forward. And inhale, both hands up. Hold the leg for 3. Point the toes. Lift the leg up. Hold for 2. All right, and then 1. Swing the leg all the way back, warrior 3. All the way back, warrior 3. Inhale, both arms overhead, full Virabhadrasana 3. Hold for 5. Breathe. Keep both hips facing down. You've got this. 4. We're all doing it together. 3. 2. Stretch those arms. Lift the back leg up. Both hips face down. No ballerina penchés. Both hands come to the floor. Keep both hips facing down. Right hand underneath the face. Left hand to your lower back. Keep both hips facing down. Chest elongating forward. Now reach the left arm up. Keep that right leg lifted. Option to stay here or bend the right knee. Reach back with the left hand. Grab onto your right foot. Kick that right foot up. 3 more breaths. You've got this. You can do it. 2. Lift the right thigh. 1 last breath. Bring both hands to the ground. Tuck your right knee behind your left heel. Sit down onto your butt. Left hand comes behind you. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist. Elbow to the outside of the knee. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. 2 more breaths. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, twisting. 1 more deep breath in and out. And come back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. Right leg over the left leg, so we'll come right into the other side. Right hand behind you. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, can you sit tall? Exhale, can you twist? Inhale, finding length. Exhale, twisting. 2 final breaths. 1 last breath. Okay, and then come back to center. And if you have 2 blocks, this is where your blocks can be helpful. You can put them on either side of your hips. Hold on to the backs of your knees. Lift your chest up. Come onto your sit bones. Come onto your tippy toes. And maybe take 1 leg forward, then the other leg forward. Maybe reach your arms forward. Maybe straighten your legs. Navasana. Hold for 5. Good. Hold for 4. Can you lift the chest up? Hold for 3. Yeah, good job, Sarah. Get your chest up, lift those legs, looking beautiful. 2, chest up. Good, 1 last breath. Okay, now cross your ankles. Push your hands down into the floor. Try to lift your butt off the ground. Try to lift your feet up off the ground. Curl into a tight little ball. Try to lift it all up for 3. Try to lift it up for 2. And then 1, butt comes back down. Right back into Navasana. Don't even think about it. As Nike says, just do it. Just do it. With love. 5, chest up. Good job, Betty. Good job, Kevin. 4. Good job, Heather. Good job, Elizabeth. Nice, Madeline. 3. Good job, Shalika. Love those jazz hands. 2. Good job, Cheska, Lara. And 1. Cross your ankles. Here we go. Push down. Pick up. Try to get your butt off the ground. Try to maybe lift 1 or both feet up off the ground. Hold for 3 more seconds. Maybe straighten both legs out in front of you. Exhale, cross your ankles. Jump all the way back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog pose. It's easier with blocks. If you're like, wow, Duncan made that look so easy, it's because I have magical blocks. Take 1 more breath in, full breath out. Okay, now think of a handstand. Step your feet a little bit closer towards your hands. Come onto your tippy toes. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists. Bend your knees, look forward, and hop. Land your feet at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Hands all the way up towards the sky. Deep inhale, reach up. Hands to your chest, exhale. Okay, now we get to do the other side. Aren't you so excited? Right hand on your right hip. Lift your left knee up. Give your left knee a nice big squeeze. Option to stay here. Or grab onto your left big toe and straighten your left leg straight out in front. Steady your eyes on one point. Hold for 5. 4. Chest lifted. Try to keep your standing leg, your right leg straight. 3. 2. 1. Open your left leg to the left for 5. See if you can look over your right shoulder. 4. 3. Right leg stays straight. 2. 1. Good. The leg comes right out in front of you. Inhale, both arms up. Keep the leg in front. See if you can point the toes. Hold for 3. Breathe. 2. 1. The leg goes straight back. Warrior 3. Hands beside your hips. Lean your torso forward. Try to get both hips facing down. And then reach both arms overhead. Hold for 5. You got this. 4, lift those arms up, lift the back leg up. 3, keep that left hip turning down. 2. 1 more breath in, lift. And both hands come to the ground. Left hand underneath the face. Right hand to your sacrum. Turn your chest towards the right. Keep that left leg up. Reach your right arm up to the sky, revolved half moon pose. Option to stay here or bend your left knee, reach back, catch that left foot. Kick the foot up. Try to get the left thigh parallel to the floor. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. 1 last breath in. Both hands to the ground. Tuck your left knee behind your right knee. Sit down. Cross your right knee directly on top of your left knee for Gomukhasana. So if Gomukhasana doesn't work for you, then straighten your left leg out in front and just take half Gomukhasana. Right knee on top of left knee. If you're getting a bit of a cramp, take the right leg out to the side, give it a little shake, then come back in. Inhale, sit tall, and exhale, fold forward. 5 breaths. Inhale, come up. Spread your legs wide, and then switch the cross of the legs. Left leg on top. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Can you be gentle with yourself? Can you allow yourself to be open to the process as it is today? The process changes every day because our body's always changing. Our mind is always changing. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Both legs come straight out in front of you, please. Take your hands 1 foot behind the pelvis, more or less, and turn your hands out a little bit so your fingertips turn out to the side slightly. Okay, and then draw your shoulder blades together, push your hands down, and just try to lift your chest up. Keep your butt on the ground. Just try to lift your chest. Externally rotating through the arms, pressing through the inner hand, the thumb and the index finger, and just getting your chest nice and proud, lifting the chest up. And an option to stay here, breathe deeply, or point your toes and lift your pelvis and your thighs off the ground for Purvottanasana. Take 5 breaths. Lift the pelvis up, squeeze your butt, but keep your feet together. 4 more breaths. Squeeze your butt, but keep your feet together. 3, lift everything up, up, up. 2, up, up, up. And push the hands down, chest up, pelvis up. Can you get your big toes to touch the ground? And then the butt comes down. Well done. Inhale, both hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Can you let your head release? Take a really big, deep breath in. And on your exhale, just see if you can relax more into the pose. Like with more softness. One more time. Deep inhale. Exhale, can you just release a bit more? And inhale, slowly come all the way up. And please lie down onto your back. Happy baby pose. Grab onto the ankles or the shins or the feet. And try to press your sacrum down against the ground. And then take your feet to the mat, but take the mat distance wide. And let your knees fall to the right. And then just put your left hand on your left butt. And can you push your left foot, kind of like the side edge of your foot, into the ground? And try to squeeze your left butt firm. So if you push your left foot into the ground slightly, and squeeze your left butt, it will help open the front of that left hip a little bit more. Take your left arm out to the left, turn your head to the left. Keep your left butt squeezing to open that left hip. Take a deep breath into your body. Full breath out. Good. Bring your knees to center. Keep your feet mat distance wide. Let your knees fall to the left. Take your right hand to your right butt. Push the blade edge of your right foot down into the ground to push your right hip a little more forward. Squeeze your right butt. Touch your right butt. Can you get it nice and firm? And then take your right arm to the right. Turn your head to the right. Take 2 more breaths. Deep breath into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Full breath out. One more time. Deep inhale. Full exhale. And then come back through center. Make your way into Shavasana, corpse pose. Allow yourself to totally relax. Can you be open to the process of Shavasana? Some days we have really amazing Shavasanas. Some days they're a little restless. Regardless, can you be open to the process of giving your body time to rest and slow down? Letting your belly relax. Letting your hands and your feet relax. Please take a deep breath in. A full breath out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take your arms up overhead. Give your body a big stretch. Bend your knees. Roll onto your right hand side. And just take your time to gently press yourself up. Please bring your hands together in front of your chest, palms touching. May this practice of yoga remind us that progress is not always linear. Can we be open to the process? Reminding ourselves that there's always more than one path. Okay, namaste.